Looking for an effective, instant breakthrough to reduce the appearance of wrinkles that can be applied topically instead of with surgery or invasive medical techniques. And I finally found it with Derm Exclusives Fill-In Freeze.
Wow, I'm young again. I don't feel like an old lady. The lines are gone.
Oh my God. Wow. I can't believe it. It looks really good. It gives you a whole new confidence.
It definitely took 10 years off. If I went to a dermatologist here in the city, I would pay $300-400 for this.
I know you're wondering what Derm Exclusive can do for you. Well, you don't have to wonder. You can order it right now and try it for yourself absolutely risk-free. And here's how.
Call now during this special direct-to-consumer offer and you won't pay $120. Today, you can get your own instant results with Fill-In Freeze for only $59. But that's not all. Today, we're taking another $20 off, so now you can get this instant wrinkle-removing miracle for the low price of only $39.95. And as part of our 1 million bottle giveaway, Dr. Orden is including a second $60 bottle of Fill-In Freeze free. That's nearly $120 of Fill-In Freeze for only $39.95. Dr. Orden will even include his Micro-Peel resurfacing pads, intensive repair serum, and Collagen Lift moisturizer, a $200 value, free. Order now and we'll even upgrade your order to express delivery. That's a $15 value, free. Plus, you even get to try it risk-free for 30 days with our money-back guarantee. But you must call to order. Call 1-800-730-7432. That's 1-800-730-7432. Order now.
Well, you know, just as the temperatures are rising, so are the dangers on the ice that is melting on the lakes and the ponds across the country.
But you'd be surprised just how much ice can support you. Sam Champion has the wow behind the weather.
It's a risky dilemma. As you stand poised on the edge of that frozen pond, do you step out on it or not? How do you know if this is safe? To examine the strength of varying ice thicknesses, we had Brainstorm's official experiment technician, Josh Garcia, set up a test we like to call walking on thin ice. First up, our pool. It's covered with an ice slab just 1 inch thick. A 1 inch slab has a tensile strength similar to cardboard. And that's why the ice begins to break even before Josh is able to put all of his weight on it. While 1 inch is clearly unsafe to step on, this may surprise you. Just increase its weight-holding capabilities by up to 4 times.
Here we go.
A 2 inch slab initially supports Josh's 210-pound body weight. But with just one small jump, G-forces cause the load to double. That's more than 400 pounds of force on the ice.
And that's why most groups suggest avoiding just 2 inches thick of ice.
Josh is right. Safety organizations warn against venturing out on ice that's just 2 inches thick or less. One major reason why the ice fails is the concentration of your body weight. Let's take Josh in his boots, each of which has a contact area of about 50 square inches. Here, the 3 inch slab firmly holds him.
That's actually not so bad.
But when Josh puts on ice skates, his weight is concentrated on an area about 25 times smaller. And the greater concentration of force breaks the ice.
My boots were safe on 3 inches, but it was no match for these ice skates.
Finally, we'll test ice that's 4 inches thick. This ice has a similar strength of a slab of concrete at exactly the same thickness. In fact, solid ice that's 4 inches thick can support more than half a ton of weight, proving it's more than safe for Josh to have fun, and this time stay dry. And now, you've been brainstormed. Sam Champion, The Weather Channel.
All right, thanks so much, Sam. Let's talk about the next 7 days now. And how about this week being the last full week, can you believe this, of winter? Okay, next week, the 20th, is the first day of spring. So we're going to be looking at some spring-like weather anyway here across the South on Thursday. The story for us across the South this week will be rain. For the Northeast, we will be looking at a snowy weekend for some of you. So here it is Friday, all this rain coming northward through the Ohio Valley. River flooding a concern, especially on the Ohio River, and also just from some heavy downpours across the Southeast. It's with us all the way into Saturday. So a very slow-moving system. It moves to the Northeast. We're going to have the warmer air overriding the colder air at the surface initially. That's going to give us the wintry mix here into Boston and some snow into Maine. And then we're going to see Sunday's forecast, seeing a little bit more of that. Maybe seeing some rain overnight Saturday night, and then Sunday back to some wintry weather. But look at the temperatures in Boston, 37, still above freezing. Atlanta, absolutely gorgeous, 72 degrees here on Sunday. Beautiful weather. Monday, we're back to a quieter weather pattern. A little bit of wintry weather across Montana, otherwise 91 in Phoenix. 91. Could this be the first 90-degree temperature? Yeah, it's coming this week. Looks like in Phoenix Tuesday or next week anyway. And more wintry weather for the Northeast.
What's this?
A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better. Want to see?
Yeah.
Cool. What else you got?
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. New Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
The termite swarm has come, but they're flying to their doom. Enter the legions of Terminix, 8,000 strong, backed by 85 years of experience and the strongest guarantee in the business. The swarm came and was met with the might of Terminix Nation and all the men and women who stand with us whose homes will never be surrendered. Sorry, termites. We've got a little swarm of our own, and we have one message for you. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
Build weather invention.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Wednesday night, a mostly clear sky. Low 73. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
People that would do anything for golf deserve a store that would do anything for golfers. Visit Golfsmith for the largest selection and guaranteed lowest prices. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
You pay your auto insurance premium every month on the dot. You're like the poster child for paying on time. And then one day, you tap the bumper of a station wagon. No big deal until your insurance company jacks up your rates. You freak out. What good is having insurance if you get punished for using it? Hey, insurance companies, newsflash. Nobody's perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Even if it's your last one, always share the softness of Kleenex, America's #1 tissue.
Doers. They don't worry if something's possible. They just do it. At Sears Optical, we're committed to bringing them eyewear that works as hard as they do. Right now, buy one pair and get another free. Quality eyewear. For doers. Sears Optical.
Toenail fungus? Don't hide it. Tackle it with FDA-approved Jublia. Jublia is a prescription medicine proven to treat toenail fungus. Use Jublia as instructed by your doctor. Once applied, Jublia gets to the site of infection by going under, around, and through the nail. Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Tackle it. Ask your doctor now if Jublia.
When we were at Sandals, we forgot about deadlines and worked on our tan lines. We forgot about time and had the time of our lives. We forgot about counting calories and drank to our heart's content. And since everything at Sandals was included, we completely forgot about money and remembered just how in love we really are. Save up to 65%. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
Hey girl, is it crazy that your soccer trophy is talking to you right now? It kind of is. It's as crazy as you not rolling over your old 401k. Cue the horns. Just harness the confidence it took you to win me and call TD Ameritrade's rollover consultants. They'll help with the hassle by guiding you through the whole process step by step. And they'll even call your old provider. It's easy. Even she could do it.
Whatever, Janet.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
752.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Center, and check out this footage from Cape Cod. Very large ice chunks washing ashore as the harbor there in Wellfleet has been frozen over. Fishermen are not happy about this. They want to get out there and, of course, and do their job and get some income. And as long as the harbor is frozen over, it is very difficult to do that. Just a testament to how cold it has been across the Northeast and for so long. And it continues to be cold there in the Northeast because, in part, of the snow cover that is still on the ground up there. That's going to refrigerate that air and reflect the sunlight. So even though we've seen a huge warm up across a lot of the country, it has not made it all the way up into the Northeast. And here's a look at the upper air pattern right now. The jet stream showing a little bit of a dip, and that's a reflection of what's going on with the temperatures at the surface, where you see a really big ridge here in the middle of the country. And that's where we're going to see temperatures that are going to be on the order of 10 to 30 degrees above average. Northern Plains, Central Plains, very, very warm, and also pretty warm across the Southeast, but not so much so in the Northeast. It'll be a little bit warmer than average in the Northeast, but what's going on here is you've got snow cover that's just about exactly the same as it was 10 days ago. 99.2% of that frame covered by snow on the 1st of March, 98.9% covered today. So there's been virtually no change, and that snow again cools the air and also reflects the sunlight, and it makes it very hard to break out of that cold pattern. So you've got more cold in place right through the end of this week, then another low coming through. It's going to grab up moisture, take it and throw it back into the cold air, and the result is going to be some snow. Now we think that most of the snow is going to be away from that 95 corridor. There's the rain snow line. Moisture moving in, so right there is your snowstorm, and that'll go on from Saturday and into early Sunday. Colder air wraps in behind the system as it's moving away. So the model's showing some differences right now. The GFS model fairly bullish about snow there, especially in southern Vermont. We'll see if that actually comes to pass. The European model, not as much so, but you get the general flavor of this, which is that we see a lot of snow in northern New England and not as much along the 95 corridor. In fact, maybe not much at all in Boston there. But looking at the longer term, you've still got this milder pattern across a lot of the country, but we'll see another shot of cold coming down and grazing the Northeast, moving right into the Northeast come Wednesday and Thursday. So again, we continue to be rather cold, and the fact that you've got a lot of snow on the ground is contributing to this pattern where you've got this very cold regime across the Northeast. Quick check on the west for you, and there you see a system starting to come in. We're going to get some wet weather in Northern California, and maybe a better chance at that coming later in the week. Kim, Alex, back to you.
All right, this winter has certainly ruined plans for millions of people. For fitness enthusiasts, getting outside for activities can be key.
So what happens when you're stuck indoors? Rick Adams found a new craze phrase that's grabbing people by the mats and taking them outdoors to practice, no matter the weather.
Oh, hi everybody, Rick Adams here. Now, I've been noticing there's a trend on the internet called Snowga, which is yoga in the snow. Now, many of you will know I'm actually a trained yoga teacher, so I thought it'd be better if I taught you how to do yoga in the snow so no one gets hurt. So let's start in a very basic position.
Yeah. Namaste.
What? No! This isn't Bikram. Put some clothes on. Ugh.
Make sure your cheeks are just touching the top of the snowbank.
That's disgusting.
In the frozen throne position.
No, please, no, you teach, that's fine. Huh.
Well, okay then, Rick. Here comes the ancient art of Snowga. Sea cow. Snow dog.
It's a bit difficult, this.
Snow plow. Igloo.
The what?
Igloo.
Look, that's just showing off, okay?
This thing.
Whatever. Cue the internet! Oh no, her noggin is stuck.
And last but not least, we have the snowbank plank. Make sure you really get in there and hold.
This Snowga is definitely a no-goga. Rick Adams, The Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Sunshine and clouds mixed, high 85. Wednesday night, a mostly clear sky, low 73. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, good Tuesday evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Kim Cunningham. We are tracking rounds of rain tonight. They've washed out the Gulf Coast, and they're pushing east, setting up for a wet few days across the South and the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, this video taken earlier this evening by our very own Mike Seidel on the road in Mississippi. And he found certainly these ominous-looking skies in Biloxi. You see that? We're probably going to be dealing with some downpours eventually, at least. Well, Kim, she's standing by to track some of tonight's storms.
And 'tis the season. We are in March, and we are actually very close to our severe weather season. So this is the time now to plan. Now, we are looking for the potential of a few severe storms this week. So let's get you situated here. Right now, though, a lot of rain on the map, and it's going to be with us for days. So we're going to be in this mess for quite a while. So while in Atlanta we don't have the heavy rain yet, it's coming. It's off to the west. We've had a few thunderstorms that have developed here out ahead of this line. And heavy rains now coming into, looks like Louisiana, central Louisiana, traveling over towards New Orleans. You're going to see maybe even a few isolated severe storms from Meridian all the way to New Orleans here tonight. So lightning, maybe some spotty hail or gusty winds expected with some of these storms tonight. We're not looking for an outbreak of severe weather. Dr. Forbes will be with us coming up here shortly to talk about the potential this week as well. So looking at these showers coming into Tennessee, again, this area got a lot of snow, so we're looking at a lot of rain over some of this snow, and that's going to cause some problems with even flooding. Even some light rain in New York City, Philadelphia, light rain. We're going to see that off and on through the night tonight. As a matter of fact, in New York, expected to be with us through at least 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, by 6 o'clock, when you're out there hailing a cab or trying to get the subway, it should be just cloudy conditions. Temperatures in the mid-40s for us. So expect the rain not just in the south, but making its way even into the northeast. Alex?
All right, Kim. Well, snowmelt and rain that have caused some serious flooding in Louisville. The Ohio River, 1.5 feet above flood stage as rain continues to fall there. Meteorologist Kate Parker filed this report earlier today.
Yeah, you know, here, the thing is in Louisville that they are prepared for this kind of flooding. This is a park that was specifically designed so that when this happened, the Ohio River came up into it, it wouldn't be coming into homes, it wouldn't be coming into businesses. You know, the flood stage is 23 feet. Here on the upper gauge of the Ohio River, here in Louisville, we are at 24.5 feet, so 1.5 feet above flood stage. The good news is this was supposed to crest, or forecast to crest, at 26 feet. So it's a lot better than was forecast. That being said, the impacts to the city are going to be in the form of cleaning up debris, taking the mud and cleaning it off of the areas and a few of the roadways that it has covered. So we have seen that happen a bit. It's an improving forecast for the river. But let's talk about the other flood threat, because we are under a flood watch as well, and it's because of what's falling out of the sky. You know, it's not just the water that we have, it's that tremendous snowmelt that has caused this river rise. And what we've been left with is just mud, just sloshy mud. So any rain that comes on top of the soil here will not be absorbed. We're going to see potential flood problems in some streams and in some streets, so we're going to be concerned with that moving forward. It's really just the rainfall forecast from here on out. They're going to continue to do their best to help get this river a little lower, and hopefully won't see any problems downstream. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Kate. And still a number of flood advisories that are still in place. Flood watches here in the upper Ohio Valley, parts of West Virginia into Kentucky. Then you head a little bit farther south into the lower Mississippi Valley. Flash flood watches that are in place here. Heavy downpours coming in and moving over some of the same areas, leading to the issues there. So we want to turn now to storm specialist Carl Parker. And Carl, what are some of the areas that you're most concerned with as we head in through tonight and into tomorrow?
Well, certainly we're watching the Ohio Valley and West Virginia in particular. You know, this is something that happens every year. You get a lot of snow melt, you got a lot of water in the ground, and then you add a lot of heavy rain to that, which you typically get in spring, and that is a recipe for flooding. So let's begin with a look at how the snow cover has changed in the last 10 days. On the left there, you see on March 1st, we had 91% of that area covered by snow. Right now, it is 10% of the very same area covered by snow. So some of that went into the atmosphere, but obviously a lot of it went into the ground. And the result is that we're saturated. We're looking at the percentile of soil moisture relative to average, and it's very wet there across a lot of Kentucky and West Virginia. And now you've got moisture feeding up and into this region. We're at the tail end of what has happened here, but we've got a little more rain coming down in West Virginia in particular. Now moving over into Pennsylvania. And here's the model forecast. You see a little more of that tonight. Then it really thins out overnight tonight, but the damage has been done. And what we're looking at here is called a hydrograph. So we're looking at the height of the river. This is the Ohio River in Shawneetown, Illinois, on the y-axis, which is right there. Then on the x-axis, we're going out in time, and it's going to be getting into moderate stage late this week, and then getting up to about 47 feet, at which point we tend to find some pretty serious flooding on some of the county roads there. And then we'll take a look at the Green River. This is near Calhoun, and generally a smaller river is going to flood more quickly than a larger one. And this too is going to get up into moderate stage, at which point we see thousands of acreage flooded on the island, in the Island, Rumsey, and Jewel City areas. So this is a big deal there in Kentucky, getting up into moderate stage very soon and then dropping back down pretty quickly. But we've got some serious flooding ongoing in that part of the world, and then you've got more rain coming in later this week, Friday night, and going into Saturday. Kim, over to you.
All right, thanks, Carl. And right now we're looking live at Boston. You got slammed by winter storm after winter storm after winter storm every week for a month straight. Now you're just 2 inches shy of breaking the record for the snowiest winter. Could it happen this weekend? Alex has the details.
There is a chance. There is a chance. Let's talk about the setup for us. Now, right now, we're way too warm to deal with anything wintry here in the Northeast. We've got temps in the 40s and even some 50s showing up. So it's all rain from Pittsburgh to New York. Boston right now 42 degrees and cloudy skies, but that weather is going to be trying to sneak in there pretty soon. Now, as we head to the weekend, dip in the jet stream here, a bit of a trough here. That'll allow for some cooler air to set up across the Great Lakes and into the Northeast. And at the same time, we've got that southern branch of the jet stream helping to pull some moisture northward. And that moisture, along with the storm system developing, that's going to be heading up into that cold air mass. And that's where we could see some of that wintry weather. So Friday night, see the areas in the pink, a wintry mix, some snow, Connecticut, southern portions of Massachusetts. And then by Saturday, we get into the wintry mix around Boston, while most of Maine, getting into New Hampshire, Vermont, that's where we'll stick with mostly snow even into Saturday night. But look at Saturday night in Boston now. You switch over to all liquid rain before Sunday rolls back and we bring in some chillier air, and we may switch back over to some snow. So there's a chance, it's not a great chance though, to get 2 inches from when we're dealing with mixing with the rain and snow. Then the rain Saturday night. Sunday, more rain and snow mixing in with temperatures in the upper 30s there for you. And a quick check on what you'll deal with in Portland, Maine. Rain, snow Saturday, then all rain Saturday night, switching over to snow by Sunday. Kim?
Couple days to watch that forecast. Thank you, Alex. Well, dense fog has been moving in across the Gulf Coast. After your local on the 8s, we're going to take you to New Orleans, where visibility was cut to a quarter of a mile today. Plus the latest from a fog-induced crash that has the Houston Ship Channel closed.
Anna, Tom, what can I help you find today?
We are repainting, but our kids are tough on walls.
I totally get it. You need Valspar. It's our best paint. And with the Valspar color guarantee, if you don't like the color, you get a new one free.
What?
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Change color for free?
We've been doing that for years. Hey, Val, check it out. Hey, Val.
I see you, honey.
Hurry in now to save big on sample paints in any color. Just 99 cents each this month only. Going to the paint studio at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Time to get up.
A woman's body changes over 500 times a day, which can cause odor. So Secret Clinical Strength tracked Christy Bruce's ups and downs for a day.
Oh, no. Just do one each minute. Get some. I'm going to work now.
Secret Clinical Strength has adapts and response technology for customized protection that adapts to your body. So no matter what's going on inside, you can be fearless outside.
The English crown has been protected for thousands of years.
I'm asking Parliament to abolish the monarchy.
What does that mean, exactly?
We are not a normal family.
The Royals, Sunday at 10, only on E!
Tonight, some clouds, low 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20. Wednesday, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Partly cloudy skies. High 85. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Low 73. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Sometimes at last doesn't happen at first.
Your dad just kissed my mom.
Turning two worlds into one takes love. Helping protect that world takes State Farm.
Before ISS, before Hubble, we built the most extraordinary machine. Stand nose to nose with Space Shuttle Atlantis, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
With diabetes, it's tough to keep life balanced. I don't always have time to eat like I should. That's why I like Glucerna shakes. They have slowly digestible carbs to help minimize blood sugar spikes.
Glucerna, the #1 doctor-recommended brand.
Well, a 4 to 6 mile stretch of the Houston Ship Channel remains closed after Monday's collision between two cargo ships. The Coast Guard says the cleanup could take at least several days to complete. A gasoline additive spilled into the water after the two 600-foot vessels collided near Morgan's Point in foggy conditions. That chemical in liquid form actually floats on water and is toxic to both people and wildlife. Meanwhile, the fog that blanketed Houston yesterday did the same to New Orleans today. On the left, that's a live look at the Big Easy. And on the right, footage from the foggy Gulf this morning. I mean, you can barely see that boat that's actually pushing along pretty slowly through that dense fog. Visibility today was down to, at times, a quarter of a mile.
And you know that visibility was also cut down by thunderstorms in the area. Speaking of which, New Orleans saw a record rainfall of 2.15 inches, breaking the old record by over an inch.
And meteorologist Mike Seidel was also fogged in this morning, filing this report.
It was foggy all night here in New Orleans, and through the morning hours as the sun came up, it was murky but mild. Temperatures in the mid to the upper 60s. Compare that to 31 back on Friday morning. That was only their third morning of the entire winter where they dropped 2 or below freezing. Hard to see anything out on the mighty Mississippi. There's the steamboat Natchez, which will go out later today. Some water in the foreground. You can actually feel the chill of the water, that air, because it's 41 here and into the 60s up here, so you can feel the difference. And the West Bank, you can't see it. It's too foggy to see across the river. Take you back to sunrise this morning, about 15 or so after 7 here in New Orleans. And there it comes up. You can see the advection fog. That's caused by the warm air over that colder river water. And then a little bit later on, we had the 5K, the PIMCO 5K. It's the largest convention and exposition annually in the country, and it deals with laboratory science and instruments, and they were out here chugging their way through the soup here on the Riverwalk in New Orleans. As far as the forecast, well, this is what's happening. We've got some sunshine. You can see some cumulus clouds building in the distance over the fog, so this heating will increase the instability. We do have the threat of thunderstorms for the next 3 days at least. We have a flash flood watch in New Orleans and most of southeast and central Louisiana until at least later on Thursday at 6 p.m. So rain heavy at times, some thunderstorms. Severe threat, though, overall is low, and some of the totals could add up to 3 to 5 inches locally. So again, watch out for the training thunderstorms on the radar and the risk of some flooding. But a very warm week, running above the average of 70 here in New Orleans. Back to you.
All right, so warm and humid and rainy for a lot of us here along the Gulf Coast, trying to enjoy spring break right now, and it just doesn't look like it's going to cooperate. We're going to see the rain heavy at times. Mike talked about the flash flood watch. It's in effect, which means we could see flash flooding just come up very quickly, so please be careful. Low-lying areas, which there's a lot of low-lying areas in Louisiana. Remember, turn around, don't drown if you come across a road that is flooded. And then we have showers and storms moving through Alabama, lightning. You see it? Another round to come in here into southeastern parts of Mississippi. So with some of these storms, we could actually get some very heavy rainfall. Atlanta's been spared the heavy rain for now, but this whole area will eventually be working east. The individual lines moving northeast, the whole area working east with time. So there's our jet stream. Notice the dip here, disturbances coming through, but we have all this moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, and where the southern branch of the jet stream is way up here in the Ohio Valley, it's going to mean a lot of warm air out ahead of this. So we've got southerly winds out of our low. We'll bring rain and warm air over the top of some of the areas that got all the snow, and that's going to be a problem. So tomorrow, expect rain for Chattanooga, Charlotte, all the way over towards Knoxville. Scattered storms all on the Gulf Coast Thursday. And Alex, this goes on and on and on, at least until Saturday. Over to you.
Oh, soggy times. Well, spring's in the air. That means an increased chance for severe weather. Severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes is tracking a threat for later in the week. He's going to tell you where after your local On the 8s.
Does your computer run slow?
Come on.
Or just freeze and crash?
No!
Does it take forever to start up?
Still waiting.
You need the amazing Wind Cleaner, the easiest way to get all that hidden junk off your computer. Simply plug in our unique USB, and with just one click, Wind Cleaner starts working your hard drive, eliminating useless files and programs. Within minutes, that slow computer is running like new. Look, the competition is $50, and look at all those no's. Wind Cleaner is just $19.99, and look at all those yeses. Look, over time, everyone's computer's memory fills with junk, cookies, even viruses. But Win Cleaner instantly starts to clean and repair your PC with just one click, optimizing performance and protecting you from future problems. You get super fast startups, speedy downloads, blazing fast gaming, and a much quicker internet experience. It's got the editor's rating of 5 stars from CNET and rave reviews from PC Answers. So don't buy a new computer, don't pay expensive technicians, and don't buy downloads with hidden charges. Get your own Win Cleaner USB drive for just $19.99. But wait! Order in the next 5 minutes and you won't pay a penny for shipping. That's right, shipping is on us. It gets better. If you call right now, you can double your order. 1 for home and 1 for work. That's 2 Win Cleaner USB drives and free shipping. Join the millions of customers who have used the Win Cleaner on their PCs.
Call 1-800-259-0846 to get your Win Cleaner on this special TV offer. It's not sold in stores, so call now or go to wincleaner.com. So call 1-800-259-0846. That's 1-800-259-0846. Love your PC again with Win Cleaner. Call now.
We build weather inventions.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
We all want that little black dress moment, that look good, feel good moment. But when you're overweight, it's more like little black dress. I don't even want to get dressed. I'm tired. My knees hurt. I'm not going up those stairs again moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Now you can lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist for your money back guarantee.
You'll get perfectly portioned meals that are ready in minutes. So there's no counting, no measuring, no guesswork. Simple.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals. Plus, you'll get 1 week of energizing shakes free and 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes free.
This is your moment. Don't wait. Start looking and feeling great today.
Call now. 855-807-THIN and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Stay tuned for your Local on the 8s, brought to you by Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Dad, how many more weeks are you going to be using my car?
Until my insurance claim goes through, this is our car.
Mr. Parker, my parents have...
Allstate.
They have this...
Claim satisfaction guarantee.
Really?
Their claim experience is...
fast, fair, and hassle-free.
Or they get their, money back. Sarah!
Come to prom with me!
No.
Hey, Mr. Parker.
Claim satisfaction guarantee. Just another way Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
Tonight, some clouds, low 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Partly cloudy skies. High 85. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, we might be able to see some severe storms by the end of the week. And for a deeper dive into the threat, plus the threat for very heavy rain, we turn to our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes. Hey, Dr. Forbes.
Hey, Kim. Yeah, we've certainly warmed up now down in the Gulf Coast states. Enough that we can get thunderstorms, and when we get enough wind in there aloft, we can get some of them severe. Today it's been more heavy rain than it's been severe threats, but look at these temperatures in these red shaded areas here. It's still in the upper 70s, in some places into the 80s, and with these wind streams coming in, showing the moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, that has meant the potential for thunderstorms. The one thing that's been missing, thank goodness, in terms of providing a severe threat has been the cold pocket aloft. That's that swirling counterclockwise upper low there, New Mexico, Texas, far enough back that it has not given the cold over top of the warm. That said, though, there's been some winds enough that we might have gotten a severe thunderstorm. I did have red on the map here. Looks like that threat is diminishing, but still heavy rain continues parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and southeast Louisiana. We do have flash flood watch there. Rounds of thunderstorms rolling across, mostly now south and east of New Orleans, but could be heavy rain there. Could be more coming into the Biloxi area that have already had that. New Orleans had 1 1/3 inches in an hour at the airport earlier. Strongest thunderstorms now near Citronelle there in southwest parts of Alabama. There's been a lot of heavy rain, though, in several rounds since midnight. The Wiggins area has had 4.35 inches. Maybe McLean area there, about 6.5, indicated on radar. More thunderstorms up along the Alabama-Mississippi border, northeast of Meridian. Some of them a little bit still on the strong side. Thursday, as this upper low moves a little bit to the east, surface low there in Louisiana. Frontal zone may stall out. A lot of warm, moist air at low levels. And at about 20,000 feet, winds coming in a little stronger from the south. So maybe a chance of a tornado on Thursday, Louisiana, Mississippi, and a spotty damaging wind gust all the way across there to Georgia and Florida. Not a huge severe threat, but just reminding us it's getting to be that time of year when the severe threat does ramp up. Alex?
All right, thanks so much, Dr. Forbes. Meanwhile, we head to the West Coast. We've got some wet weather to deal with here. Moisture streaming its way on in. And here's a pretty cool look at how things are faring for us. The visible satellite showing this plume of moisture and the clouds associated with that streaming its way from pretty much Hawaii all the way into the West Coast. So a little bit of a pineapple express taking place. And that's going to mean some wet weather tomorrow from parts of the Pacific Northwest into Northern California. You get into the higher terrain, so in the mountainous regions, that's where you'll see some rain mixing with some snow. Wednesday night, still wet, Portland to Seattle. And then on Thursday, a lot of these areas here in the Northwest start to dry out, but we'll see some lingering showers still in place across the interior region. So as we take a look at Kings Canyon in California, in the Sierra, we've got snow for tomorrow into Wednesday night. And then Thursday, sunshine and right around 50 degrees. And as we take you up towards Seattle, it is a wet scenario, dry by Thursday and a little warmer. Kim?
And you know, Alex, the areas that desperately need rain and snow just can't seem to get it. Take a look at the snow cover in Sequoia National Park. This week's on the right compared to the same time last year is on the left. And definitely not a good sign. You know, but that's one spot there's one spot that's really been benefiting from recent snow, and that's the state of Arizona. You know, Flagstaff picked up several inches of snow from back-to-back storms, which is now being converted into drinking water thanks to the snow melt. So definitely some good news up here on the Flagstaff area, and there's our reservoir, which is Lake Mary, and the water level has doubled in size in just the last 2 days from all that snow melt. Now we're up to 65% full, but you know what? Last year at this time, we topped out at 42%. So we're already doing better than last year. 1.6 billion gallons of water flowed into the lake over the weekend. Billion gallons. About 1 million gallons melting into the lake every hour. And officials say it's been 4 years since water in the dam has reached this height, and 1/3 of Flagstaff's water supply will come from this lake. So this is fantastic news here, and it should help the fire season too.
Apples are good. As Strongbow Hard Cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
I've just arrived in Atlanta, and I can't wait to start telling people how switching to Geico could save them hundreds of dollars on car insurance. But first, my luggage. Ah, there it is. Excuse me, sir, I think you've got the wrong bag.
Sorry, they all look alike, you know.
No worries. Well, car's here. I can't save people money chatting at the baggage claim all day.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Whatever their stickers say, they'll all lose suction because their filters clog. But with our sonic tips oscillating at 5,000 Hertz, only new Dyson Kinetic Science won't lose suction.
No, I understand better than most that Washington doesn't come together on much, and it seems like it's even harder for them to get something right. But recently they did both. The new Reverse Mortgage Stabilization Act makes the reverse mortgage loan program even stronger. They ensured the stability of this important financial tool because they recognize the benefits a reverse mortgage can bring to millions of American seniors. It provides you with greater protection, more flexibility, and more confidence in your retirement.
Call 1-800-660-9362 now for your free information kit, including a complete reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from real borrowers, and a helpful family guide. Call 1-800-660-9362 for your free info kit today.
The fact is, a reverse mortgage is a proven way to turn your home's equity into cash. It's that simple. Facts usually are. You see, there's a lot of money just sort of sitting in your home, and AAG can help you use that equity to pay off some bills, eliminate your existing mortgage, fund your retirement, live a better life.
Call 1-800-660-9362 now to receive an info kit, including a reverse mortgage guide, DVD, and a new family guide. Call 1-800-660-9362.
AAG offers a range of reverse mortgages, and they'll help you find the one that best suits your family's needs. You can even get a line of credit that grows over time and allows you to use the money whenever you need it. Makes a lot of sense to me. Get all the facts. In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones. Today's reverse mortgages are safer and smarter than ever. And that's a fact. AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Call 1-800-660-9362.
Hello, America, and good morning. Temperatures this weekend will reach into the 70s.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds, low 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Partly cloudy skies. High 85. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Low 73. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. Another night of rain showing up on that radar.
And that's causing some flood concerns in areas with snow and ice still on the ground. And as the snow melts, rivers rise, causing flooding across the Ohio River Valley. This was the scene in New Albany, Indiana today. That's right across the river from Louisville. And the Ohio River is cresting above flood stage for the first time, by the way, in 4 years, causing some low-lying roads to close in the area. So let's take a look at what's happening out there right now. Here's Alex.
Yeah, we've got some wet weather continuing here for us. So very active with the rain from parts of the Ohio Valley into the northeast and back into parts of the deep south where we're actually dealing with some thunderstorms. Closer view on what is happening here for us across southeastern Louisiana, Mississippi into Alabama. You can see the lightning strikes that are showing up southeast of New Orleans, then working now into Alabama, mostly at this point south and west of Birmingham, but no doubt some heavier downpours. That's indicated by some of the yellows and the reds that you're seeing here on the radar. So that's all slowly progressing on off towards the north and the east. We'll still be watching these areas here that are shaded in that dark red. That's where we have at least the best chance for some severe storms. Very isolated and spotty in nature. Haven't seen any warnings here in the last few hours, but we could be dealing with storms that produce some hail, maybe even some damaging winds as well. So we'll keep a close eye on that. North and east, you see into northern Alabama, seeing some more showers, and some of that will eventually work its way on into the northern sections of Georgia. Steady shield of rain, though, for us in the upper Ohio Valley, mid-Atlantic region from D.C., Baltimore, Philly, and even New York. You've been dealing with some showers here for this afternoon, and that'll continue through this evening as well. In fact, the forecast for you in Philadelphia calls for that rain to remain in place. So a bit of a wet one expected. Temperatures should generally be in the upper 40s for the overnight with showers continuing. Once we head on into tomorrow morning now, as you start to get your way on to work, well, that's when we should start to see things at least a little quieter. We get rid of most of our rain, but we're left with cloudy skies for that morning rush. Kim?
Well, flooding due to heavy rain and snowmelt has been a big concern here in the Ohio Valley. And for the latest, we go to the lab and storm specialist Carl Parker. Hey, Carl.
Hey, Kim, certainly something we think about a lot more at this time of the year. When you've got a lot of snow on the ground, it begins to go away. It melts. You've got water in the ground at that point. And then when you add rain to that, you tend to get flooding. And this is exactly what we have seen in the Ohio Valley in the last week and a half. In fact, here is the snow cover on the 1st of March. That's on the left, 90% of that area covered by snow. And within 10 days, most of that is gone. 10% is the coverage in that same area right now. And so a lot of that water has gone into the ground. And so when we talk about soil moisture, the percentiles are well above the average here across Virginia, West Virginia and Kentucky and Virginia. And for that reason, you've got a lot of water in the ground. And when you add rain to that, and that's exactly what we've got right in here, coming up with that moist flow, then you're going to run the risk of flooding. Now, we are at the tail end of this event. We're noticing some more moderate rain here across parts of West Virginia, and that's where it's going to be for the next few hours. Then it really thins out, and we see some showers around the 81 corridor early tomorrow morning. But flash flood watches continue across a lot of West Virginia and Kentucky. It takes very little to cause flooding in this environment, as little as an inch across much of West Virginia. And here are what we call hydrographs. So we're looking at what's happening on these rivers over the next few days, and going up here on the y-axis, we're looking at the height of the river. That's the Green River near Calhoun. And then going out on the right, on the x-axis, we're looking at time. And so we're getting into that moderate stage. Right now, we're in the moderate stage, I should say, and we'll be coming up a little bit higher through Thursday, up to about 27.3. And at that point, we can actually see thousands of acres flooded in the Island and Rumsey and Jewel City areas. So this is not going to be too easy for a lot of folks. And then you've got the Ohio River itself in Shawneetown, Illinois. And generally, the bigger the river, the longer it takes to crest. And this one getting up into moderate stage later this week, and then getting up to 47 feet, at which several county roads are likely to be flooded. So we've got ongoing concerns here and more rain coming in later this week. It will likely move in late on Friday and continue into early Saturday, and certainly will exacerbate some of our ongoing flood concerns, especially on the rivers. Kim, over to you.
All right, Carl, when Old Man Winter hands you lots and lots of snow, what do? Well, you make sculptures, of course. This image was uploaded to weather.com/photos. Check out those penguins here in Vermont. There's some winter weather to talk about this weekend. Yes, isn't that gorgeous? All right, so we're going to see a little bit of snow. Will it be enough to break the record in Boston? That's a good question. And it's still a couple days away, so of course we're going to be fine-tuning our forecast. But this is what we have going on right now. Carl showed you this, all the rain coming in. Heading up into Boston here pretty soon. It's very light. Temperatures here are the 40s, so we're looking at an all-rain event. That may change a little bit here over the weekend. We're going to continue to see our jet stream right over the Great Lakes, all the way into New England, and it's right around that jet stream and north of it that we're going to see enough cold air, at least initially, to see some wintry weather. So looking at our southern branch, why? Because our southern branch is actually going to help pull up the moisture into the northeast. But look how far north it is. So where that southern branch is, south of it, definitely very mild conditions. And we're going to force that warmer air over the top of the colder air, where in some cases temperatures will be at freezing, if not below freezing or around freezing. And we're going to see initially wintry weather. But once the warm front goes by, we get rid of the cold air and we're going to see rain for a lot of you. But at least Friday night, especially in White Plains, we may be looking at a wintry mix. New York City should change over to all rain late Friday night to Saturday. Boston, Saturday night is when we change over to all rain. But until then, we could see maybe a little bit of rain-snow mix. Interior sections, that's where we'll see the wintry weather. Sunday, colder air comes in behind this, and we're going to see that change over to rain and snow again in Boston. So in Boston, we're going to have 2 chances. We need 2 inches. So we're going to see the potential here coming up, but it's going to be iffy with that rain-snow mix we're going to see here Saturday and Sunday. And then don't forget, Saturday night it's all rain as temperatures will be hovering into the mid-30s. And then by Sunday, we're up to 38 degrees with a rain, maybe rain to snow. And that's where we may pick up a couple of inches. But a couple days to watch this anyway. Alex?
All right, Kim. Well, Chicago feeling the warmth this week. Here we are looking live now over the Windy City at the moment, up to 50 degrees. Yes, and everything is looking lovely. The sun glistening off of some of those buildings. Really a pretty sight here. And we're going to stay warm and mild throughout the weekend into the weekend. Not just Chicago, but a lot of the Midwest here. We're experiencing what we're calling the big thaw. So let's talk about where we are right now. And there's Chicago at 50, upper 50 showing up at St. Louis, 70 in Kansas City, and we're in the mid-60s from Scottsbluff up towards the Rapid City area. So very mild conditions. Minneapolis, we tied a record high today. So very, very warm conditions out there as our jet stream is now well to the north, keeping all that cold air bottled up here into Canada. So we're going to be noticing here through this week high temperatures well above average. We're talking 10 to 30 degrees above average, and you can see where that core of the warmth will be, Plain States and throughout the upper Midwest. So tomorrow, this is what you can expect. High temperatures in North Platte getting up to around 72 degrees. That's more than 20 degrees above average. It'll be slightly cooler than what you experienced today in Minneapolis. Instead of those 60s, it's the mid-50s, but hey, by the time you get to Thursday, back to the 60s, and again, well above average. Chicago as well, you'll be right around 56 degrees, and back down into the central and southern plains, we've got the 70s, pretty widespread in those areas. Friday, the warmth continues, so we don't stop at 58 there in St. Louis, with Kansas City showing up around 65 degrees. And again, all these areas will continue to stay warm for the next several days. Here's Chicago, your forecast, average highs right around 44. Well, tomorrow, just a few degrees above that, but then we start to climb well up into the 50s. Monday's high of next week up to around 62. Then there's a bit of a cool down by the time we get to next Tuesday. Another spot that'll be warm, Bismarck, North Dakota. We're talking about 37 being your average high. Well above that here for the next several days, well up into the 60s. And then look at that on Sunday, 75 degrees. When was the last time we saw some 70s in Bismarck? It's been a while. Doesn't last too long, though. Back to the 50s for Monday and Tuesday. Kim?
All right, Alex, ahead what you can expect for the next 7 days. And it's one of our favorite things, digging into the science behind some of Mother Nature's most amazing events. Think water always freezes at 32 degrees? Well, think again.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds, low 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Partly cloudy skies. High 85. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Low 73. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts. All for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
Sunday dinners at my house.
You're waiting for my lasagna, aren't you?
It's a full day for me, and I love it. But when I started having back pain, my sister had to come help. I don't like asking for help. I took Tylenol, but I had to take 6 pills to get through the day. So my daughter brought over some Aleve. It's just 2 pills all day. And now,
to family,
I'm back.
Aleve, 2 pills, all day strong, all day long. And now, introducing Aleve PM for a better AM.
Your eyes depend on a unique set of nutrients.
That's why there's Ocuvite. Ocuvite helps replenish key eye nutrients. Ocuvite has a unique formula that's just not found in any leading multivitamin.
Help protect your eye health with Ocuvite.
Our oath isn't an empty gesture. It isn't sealed with a pinky swear. It's the heart and soul of Terminix Nation. The Terminix Ultimate Protection Guarantee. A vow to kill every termite in your home. A vow that if, by some miraculous chance, even one survives, we'll put our money where our mouth is, finish it off, and pay for any damages. We'll meet them head-on with our battle cry. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. Now available over the counter in full prescription strength. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. The leading allergy pill only controls 1. Flonase controls 6. And 6 is greater than 1. Flonase, the 24-hour relief that outperforms the #1 allergy pill. So go ahead, inhale life. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Even if it's your last one, always share the softness of Kleenex, America's #1 tissue.
Before ISS, before Hubble, we built the most extraordinary machine. Stand nose to nose with Space Shuttle Atlantis, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
Think fixing your windshield is a big hassle? Not with Safelite. This family needed their windshield replaced, but their daughter's heart was set on going to the zoo. So we said, if you need Safelite to come to the zoo, we'll come to the zoo. Oh yeah, we can fix that. Only Safelite can fix your windshield anywhere in the U.S. with our exclusive mobile glass shops and our one-of-a-kind True Seal technology for a reliable bond.
Thanks so much.
Service that fits your schedule. That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Welcome back, everyone. Check it out. Hotlanta. Yes, it's been feeling pretty warm lately. We're looking right now from the Coca-Cola World headquarters and looks pretty good. I mean, at least the rain wasn't with us all day. It was a little drizzle here and there, a lot of clouds coming in, a little humid. We're going to see some rain coming in, though. The 7-day forecast. Now, for some of us, we're going to see rain in our forecast all the way into the weekend. And then for others, we may even see a little bit of wintry weather, and that's in New England. So get ready for that this weekend. But boy, I'll tell you what, temperatures sure look good in many areas. Definitely spring fever is here. Phoenix, 90 degrees. You know what? Last time we were 90 degrees, November 8th. This may be tomorrow the first time this year that we are reaching 90 degrees. And we're going to see a couple days of it. So it's going to stay warm across the southwest. So 88 in Phoenix on Thursday, but close. All right, so the southeast getting soaked with rain and some areas where we have a lot of snow on the ground. This is bad. So we may see flooding all the way up into the Ohio Valley. The Ohio River is a concern for flooding right now. We may be looking at pockets of heavy rain, even parts of Mississippi, Louisiana under flash flood watches right now. We could see flash flood warnings with this, which means it's imminent. So keep an eye on this, okay? A lot of rain expected. Traveling the interstate system is going to be tough too. Make sure you slow it down. Check out these temperatures in the plains. 50s in Minneapolis. It is going to be warmer in Minneapolis. Look at this, 56 degrees. Then Chicago at 52 degrees. Not bad. Boston, New York, it'll be rain on Saturday. Boston could be a mix, changing over to rain Saturday night. and then back to some wintry weather on Sunday. Will we get to that record amount of snow for the season? Iffy. Okay, we'll fine-tune this forecast coming up. Atlanta 72, what a gorgeous weekend. Get the bikes out, guys. Definitely, maybe head up to the North Georgia mountains, maybe into North Carolina, around Boone. Beautiful, beautiful drive. Enjoy it this weekend. I saw a lot of bikers out this weekend, too. 73 in Dallas, Minneapolis 54 on Monday. Much quieter weather pattern setting up next week as we get into the last week of winter. This is it. And boy, we'll see a little bit of wintry weather here on Tuesday into baby Boston again. Alex?
All right, thanks so much, Kim. Well, you know, it's amazing out there. That's the phrase we live by here at the Weather Channel. And after a few days of heavy rain across the southern part of the country, you have a pretty unique look at how it all comes together. Take a look from our show, Secrets of the Earth.
Rain may seem simple, but few people on the planet understand how it actually works. How it relies on visitors from outer space and strange creatures from Earth to make it fall from the sky. The secret life of rain begins with the basic fact that across most of the Earth, rain starts out not as a liquid, but as a solid.
Here in the rainforest on Vancouver Island, it's raining on me right now. But these rain droplets didn't actually start as rain. They started in the clouds as snow, which is a combination of ice, air, and little droplets of water. Most rain on the planet actually starts as snow.
High in Earth's atmosphere, it's far below 32 degrees. And as every child on Earth is taught, water freezes at 32 degrees. Except that it doesn't.
It wants to freeze because it's below the freezing point, but it can't. It needs an impurity around which ice crystals can form, and then a solid can take place.
And this planet's atmosphere is full of tiny impurities that play this vital role.
The particulates that we find in the atmosphere come from many different places. From sea spray, from the ocean, from forest fires and the smoke that they produce. And even here in Death Valley, in a sandstorm, it's going to pick this sand up, toss it into the air, and carry it into the clouds.
And you can see more Secrets of the Earth right here on the Weather Channel. That's Friday night beginning at 9 Eastern.
And straight ahead, is Old Man Winter done for the season?
Oh, we got storm specialist Carl Parker. He's going to join us next for your winter weather update. Plus,
rescues are common this time of the year as frozen ponds and lakes begin to thaw. Would you know what to do if you saw someone fall through the ice? We'll let you know what to do next.
Sir, we're going to need you on the runway later.
Don't let a severe cold hold you back. Get Theraflu with the power of 3 medicines to take on your worst pain and fever, cough, and nasal congestion. It breaks you free from your toughest cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
This program brought to you by Theraflu, serious power.
Want help to curb your hunger? Try new Hydroxycut Appetite Control. It's a delicious and nutritious instant smoothie that contains kelp fiber that works to help you feel full for hours. Take control.
Hydroxycut really works.
We build weather inventions.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds, low 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Partly cloudy skies. High 85. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Low 73. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
According to the U.S. Department of Energy, most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste so much energy, it's like leaving a window open in your home all year long. Don't let another year go by. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION. And right now, when you buy 2 rooms of windows, you get the 3rd room free. Plus, Champion now offers no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. So call 844-4CHAMPION today. Because every home needs a champion.
Leftovers, the unsung hero of meals. They get reheated, renuked, and rebaked. And when leftovers are done, there's always stuff left over. New Dawn Platinum Power Clean calls dibs on those. It powers through tough, dried-on messes in seconds, even 48 hours stuck on food. So go ahead, triple that recipe. A drop of Dawn and grease is gone.
No one thinks they're going to be in an accident, which is why no one wants insurance. So we go cheap, you know, because we're never gonna need it. Until one day, we do. Now that cut rate policy is costing us big. Makes you wonder if there's something better out there. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual.
Hey, girl. Hey, can you help me move? Sure, but I can't use my hands.
I would, but my back is so bad.
Oh.
Well. Hi, I'm moving.
No problem. The Xfinity Movers Edge program makes it easy to stay connected to your TV, internet, and home phone when you move.
Thank you.
Finally get some help moving. Get your Xfinity services professionally installed on the date you choose, or ask how you can take your equipment with you. Call 1-855-MOVE-EDGE or go online today.
Esurance was born online, which means fewer costs, which saves money. Their customer experience is virtually paperless, which saves paper, which saves money. They have smart online tools, so you only pay for what's right for you, which saves money. They settle claims quickly, which saves time, which saves money. They drive an all-hybrid claims fleet, which saves gas, which saves money. They were born online and built to save money, which means when they save, you save. Because that's how it should work in the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8. Coming up next.
Welcome back. It is time now for your winter weather update. I'm Carl Parker, and it really has warmed up across a lot of the country. The one exception is the Northeast, and there's still a lot of snow on the ground, and that's going to keep the air colder and reflect a lot of the sunlight and make it generally more difficult for it to warm up there. So you notice the dip in the jet stream where the temperatures are colder. That jet stream really concordant with the change in temperature in the lower levels of the atmosphere, and you see the big ridge across the middle of the country. Look at that, 10 to 30 degrees above average through much of the plains and also in some areas of the southeast. Now, here's what's happening in the Northeast. A lot of snow cover, and 10 days ago, 99% of this area was covered by snow. It is virtually the same today, which means that not only are you chilling the air, you're reflecting the sunlight and making the air colder for that reason as well. So the cold air is going to linger in this region. I'm going to bring some moisture up late in the week. That'll come out of the Gulf and then out of the Atlantic, and where that moisture meets the cold air, that's where we are going to see some wintry weather, some snow mostly. Here's the rain snow line in light blue. We'll watch the moisture come up and across the Northeast. For most of you, it's going to be a rainstorm, but right in there, that's where the snow is a little more likely, and that may continue into Sunday as well as the storm begins to pull away. The GFS model more bullish about the idea of there being heavy snow, but primarily showing it centered on New England, northern New England, and upstate New York, and not as much on the the 95 corridor. The European model, not quite as bullish, but basically in the same camp, showing this being a northern New England event. Maybe some snow in Boston, and say Springfield and Worcester and Hartford, but at this point it looks like most of the action is going to be well off into the north. Now, in the longer term, while it remains milder for much of the country, we're going to see this trajectory bring more cold air down into the Northeast come middle of next week, Wednesday and into Thursday. So it looks like it's going to be pretty tough to break out of the cold in that part of the country in particular. We were also hoping that more of a westerly flow would bring a lot more rain to California, and they are going to get some here in the next couple of days, but it's mostly going to be in the northernmost part of the state and then up into the northwest as well. And we still very desperately need rain and snow in California. Snow water equivalents now running at about a fifth of what we typically see at this time of the year. Kim, Alex, back to you.
Thanks so much, Carl. And along with a big thaw comes the melting of frozen lakes and ponds, a big concern for parents for sure. And on the East Coast, it's happening earlier than normal this year.
And that's especially dangerous as people wrongfully assume the ice is thicker and stronger than it actually is. Our Reagan Medji explains what you can do if you make the same mistake.
Now that March has arrived, so has spring. And for water rescue teams here in New Jersey, that means an increase in ice water rescues. This is Lake Hopatcong in central northern New Jersey, and you can see the lake is covered with a lot of ice still. However, the high today will be 47 degrees, meaning that this ice is going to start thawing even more than it already has. And I have a first-hand account of how dangerous this ice actually is.
This is where I'm nervous.
This is what it would look like if you fell through the ice. It was alarming for me, but I was able to pull myself to safety using techniques the New Jersey State Police taught me.
That is like terrifying.
If you happen to fall through the ice, what I recommend is get to the edge of that ice and clamber.
Don't give up. Kick it.
Claw. Get yourself as prone as possible.
Get prone.
Use your feet. You have two working feet. Use your legs and kick and paw. Try to use the snow. Try to use any kind of ripples in the ice to get out, get a foot up, and once you get onto that ice, roll away.
Good. Excellent.
And then you roll away to a safer portion of ice. Hopefully, you could stand up and go get some help.
But if you didn't know what to do,
Stay low.
that's where these rescuers come in to help.
Get out. Go.
These drills are something they practice weekly.
Oh, all right. I've seen a lot more ice rescues this year. It's been freezing, so there's a lot more ice.
Kick.
People are wanting to get out on the ice. A lot of kids are looking to explore.
Good, now roll.
I know they've had a couple rescues, and thank God they've all been successful.
Fantastic.
So here's a closer look at all of the ice on Lake Hopatcong. You can see some areas it looks a couple of inches thick, others not even a centimeter thick. And if you look, the ice is receding. So the best word of advice, don't trust the ice. Back to you.
Awesome advice, everyone. Please be careful. You know, we have one more thing to tell you about, though, tonight.
That's coming up right after your local on the 8s.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, some clouds, low 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible early. Partly cloudy skies. High 85. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Low 73. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
everyone. It's time for one more thing, and then strangest weather on Earth starts right after this. So check this out. We've got rain across the south, heavy rain at times coming into Louisiana. Flash flood watch in effect right now, and thunderstorms coming into Alabama right now. Atlanta, we've been spared the heavy rain for now. Right now, though, along Interstate 10, you're going to hit some of those storms around Biloxi, see some of the lightning in here. And we could see a few of these storms maybe produce some small hail and maybe some gusty winds, too. So be careful tonight. Birmingham will dark off to your south and to the west. There's some storms coming in. So traveling maybe Interstate 20 might be a wet commute for some of us. And looking at tomorrow's forecast, kind of the same thing. Not much changes. We'll bring the rain into northern Georgia, though. And Thursday, a lot of people dealing with some showers and thunderstorms, including here over to Jacksonville here in Florida. And then Friday, it moves northward. But again, travel plans across the south. Expect some heavy rain, not just Friday, but also into Saturday. Enjoy the show.
A sudden storm kicks a whole town in mud.
It was like watching a movie, but you are part of the movie.
The most powerful lightning on Earth.
That's the longest I've ever seen.
Rain so heavy, it sends eels swimming through the streets.
Eels in the gutter.
Welcome to the wild world of weather, where you'll see nature go nuts. Extraordinary events stranger than anything Hollywood can dream up. We discover how and why these crazy conditions happen.
Whoa! Woo!
You won't believe your eyes. This is the strangest weather on Earth. Santo Antonio da Platina, Brazil, February 2013.
Não, mas isso aqui é ignorância.
Eric Hayes is walking home from a friend's house when he spots what looks like spiders raining from the sky.
Chover na aranha. Cara, dá até medo de andar aqui.
It's an arachnophobe's idea of hell. Hundreds of spiders, apparently floating in midair.
Cara, não vou aí não, velho. Sai daí, Robson. Cara, dá medo.
Dallas, Texas resident Kelly Coffey has her own creepy encounter when she discovers another episode of spider weather.
There were spider webs on the street lights. They were hanging off the trees. When they were blowing out, they were about 12 to 14 feet long. It was absolutely crazy. Everything was covered in spider webs.
Sticky spider webs are found all over North Texas. They're stuck to lampposts, cars, and everything else they touch.
On a scale from 1 to 10 of strangeness, I would say this was about a 21.
Are these spiders really raining down from the sky? No. But they may be getting some help from the weather. Many species of spiders can use their webs to fly. It's called ballooning. Peter Gorham of the University of Hawaii has long been fascinated with this unusual behavior.
Spider ballooning is a type of behavior that allows the juvenile spiders to launch themselves and find other habitat.
These special webs act like sails, and it only takes a very slight breeze to carry them away.
There they go.
The spiders seen in Texas may have been carried hundreds of miles by wind off the Gulf of Mexico. And it's not just the wind that helps our eight-legged friends take off. They can harness the power of one of nature's most spectacular sights. Joe Dwyer at the Florida Institute of Technology explains how some spiders can fly using lightning.
So the Earth actually forms this electrical circuit called the global circuit. It's energized by thunderstorms.
When a storm cloud forms, Positively and negatively charged particles within the cloud are separated. This separation creates static electricity, which can be discharged in the form of lightning. But some of this static electricity is not discharged. It remains in the atmosphere.
Even if there are no thunderstorms around, there's still large-scale electric fields. They're always there.
A spider can collect a few of these charged particles on its web. Just like in a magnet, like charges repel each other. Because the particles on the web have the same charge as the particles in the air, the web is pushed away, and the spider flies.
Now, if you're very light, like a little spider, then it's possible, if you have enough charge on you or on your little web, to float or to rise in such electric fields.
Joe has prepared a simple demonstration to show how this works.
I made some homemade spiders. These are actually little Halloween spiders. I've taped pieces of Mylar on the end to represent the webs. So I'm going to take one, put it on top of a Van de Graaff machine, which will develop a big charge. Turn it on. And away it goes. So the charge in the web causes the web to rise up in the Earth's electric field, taking the spider with it.
It's possible that if there were a strong thunderstorm in the vicinity, that the electrostatic field became very strong near the Earth's surface, and it allowed even these very large spiders to be lofted up in a ballooning episode.
Luckily for arachnophobes everywhere, the kind of spider weather seen here isn't an everyday event. Bergen, Austria, August 2012. The peace of a hot alpine summer is shattered by a huge torrent of mud. Village resident Bernhard Asmaya is a witness to this terror.
Suddenly, there was this huge sound. Everything was shaking, everybody was shouting outside, "It's a mudslide, it's a mudslide."
The summer of 2012 sees weeks of baking hot weather that dries and hardens the ground in the mountains above. A sudden rainstorm breaks this material loose, which then picks up more debris as it tumbles downhill. It's a violent chain reaction. Bernhard grabs his camera and perches on a nearby rooftop to capture the enormous mudslide cascading through the town. Mudslides are not uncommon in this part of Austria, yet it's rare to catch this kind of dramatic footage on camera. Storm chaser George Korunis has survived many dangerous mountain weather events.
When you get a lot of rain falling in very steep mountainous areas that have a lot of loose dirt and boulders, rocks, the water can pick up those items. And because you have very steep mountains, they can pick up a lot of speed. And if you're living in a village or happen to be in the path of one of these things, you're gonna really be in a lot of danger.
Despite the danger, Bernhard stays on the rooftop and keeps filming.
It was like watching a movie, but you are part of the movie.
After 3 hours of this brown deluge, the streets and many of the buildings are coated in a thick layer of mud.
We knew that we have to be very, very fast because when the mud dries, it's like concrete and it's very hard and you can't pull it away.
A massive cleanup operation takes 3 days and even involves the Austrian army. Fortunately, the town has an early warning system in place, which is designed not for the summer, but the winter, to save the town from an avalanche. The town authorities decide to use it, and because of their quick action, no one is seriously hurt.
Nature is the most powerful thing in the world. And the humankind is just a small spot in it.
Coming up, All hail to the summer? It does on this beach.
My feet are going numb. I think we should go.
And one of the strangest sunsets in the world.
The sun sets right between these buildings.
Wild Weather at 8 continues after the break.
I take pride of sets OTC each morning for my frequent heartburn. Because you can't be zero heartburn.
Prilosec OTC, the #1 doctor-recommended frequent heartburn medicine for 9 straight years. 1 pill each morning, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
I went to Ancestry.com, but I thought, I'm not going to make it very far. I knew my parents and my grandparents, and then it happened. I got a leaf. When I clicked on it, I could actually see my grandfather's draft card from World War I and his U.S. Census from 1910, and another member's tree that had my great-grandparents and their parents and everything. And it all started with my first leaf.
Who will you discover at Ancestry.com?
Doing this all day, my feet and legs got really tired.
So I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel work insoles.
They absorb the shock of working on my feet all day.
I feel energized. I'm a believer.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel work insoles.
I'm a believer!
I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts? This is a devastating blow I was not prepared for.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Delta Intuition Chrome Shower Head for just $39 at Lowe's.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
This Sunday, extreme weather of biblical proportions.
The gates of hell are opening up, and this is the entry to it.
Top 10 Bible weather, Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.